Very much. Well, for 75 years, United Ability has been providing services that connect people with disabilities to their communities and empower them to live their lives to the fullest. One of the ways they do that is, of course, through your generosity, but also through events like that are upcoming this weekend. It is called the Journey of Hope. It's being held at the UAB's Alice Stevens Center, and joining us to talk about it today with United Ability and how it's impacted their lives are Bree and Michael Connors, and this is beautiful Emmett here. Good morning to all of you. And also Margalise Delgado. She's a physical therapist who's been working with Emmett for a while now, at least 2 years, if not longer. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Emmett. Hey, sweetheart. All right, let's go back to when Emmett was born. You didn't know at first, though, there was an issue, right?
Right, yeah, he was just a typical 10-pound, 5-ounce monster.
Really?
Of a baby,
Oh,
yes.
my gosh.
And, just kind of progressed normally through that first year or so. We got right to the point where, we've got videos of him starting to cruise around the couch and starting to talk and say some things, and then we just kind of hit a big regression point where everything just kind of stalled out.
Did you just think maybe he was
maybe
going to
just
slow it down?
slow.
Yeah.
And then I started getting involved, though, with therapies and stuff, and one of the therapists suggested, hey, he might be silently aspirating, which is, not taking all of his food in. And we had a swallow study, and he failed miserably. And so then we really started down a search for a diagnosis, which came around 2.5 years. Which
What did they tell you?
So he has a progressive neurologic disease that we are recessive carriers for. But basically what that means is Emmett will continue to lose, what function he has and kind of become weaker. And so, you're just hit with this diagnosis and you like, what are we supposed to do now?
You had no clue where to turn, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no handbook for parenting, but definitely no special needs parenting handbook.
I mean, your heart's already heavy. You don't know what to do. Comes in places like United Ability, and talk about the importance in having a place like this to work with parents like this and with Emmett.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, these stories are not terribly unique. There's lots of families who are struggling in these situations, and we have teams of therapists who know about equipment and places that can care for their kids. We have a fully integrated preschool where kids like Emmett learn with their peers in classrooms. We have facilities for adults. We have medical clinic. We have outpatient physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech.
Talk about Emmett in particular. So we know the diagnosis is difficult, but the work that you're able to do with him gives him a quality of life as best as you can.
Yes, because Emmett's body it's very difficult for him to move, but his mind is there. He's a very smart kid, so we've been
How can you tell? What do you do?
You can look in his eyes. He can answer questions by looking at you. He has very strong opinions about certain things. There are certain little girls in his class who he is very
Is that right?
Teachers,
oh, yes.
favorites.
If you put him next to certain kids, he will, sometimes on a good day, he can move his arm over and touch certain friends.
Wow.
Yeah, he can let you know. And we have assistive technologies, another thing that we do a lot of that helps him to express what he wants. We have little computers that he can move with his eyes.
Right.
And it will say what he's thinking, and he's going to tell us about it.
You can hear him, so he's obviously listening to us right now.
Yes, he hears,
sharp as a tack.
he hears everything. And we have a wonderful team of teachers who works in conjunction with the therapists to use this technology, and we use equipment. We have a wide variety of equipment. Equipment for kids with disabilities, extremely expensive. So we help families access what they need.
And to be able to do that, we have to have these events, and the Journey of Hope is that event.
Yes.
I want you to tell us more about that, but before we do, communicate with Emmett a little bit. You said he can't talk, but he will. Hi, I'm talking.
He said to
I'm
communicate.
talking about you. You want me to? Yeah, he's so precious.
Yes, he's trying to move his hands. So with his condition, it's more of a coordination issue. So I mean, he's fully in there. It's difficult for his brain to communicate with the body, and so for him to be able to move a hand or talk or anything, it takes a lot of focused effort, and it really tires him out really quickly. It's one of the things that we found, but that's, some of this adaptive equipment, even the chairs he has, allows us to get him in a good position.
Because you didn't know anything about this chair before this, right?
No, I mean, seating clinics and other companies and there's so many great programs here in Birmingham that you know, United Ability's introduced us to that's opened up a whole world of opportunity for Emmett to be able to.
I just want y'all to breathe. Sweet little hand rubbing this baby's head is that's just so. He's got beautiful hair, by the way.
He does.
Doesn't he? Just so precious.
And we've rigged up a variety of toys that are operated by switches, because you can't have one toy for a child. You have to have a variety of things for him to play with, for him to do. So you have to have a team surrounding him.
Well, we could talk about Emmett for the next 30 minutes, but we've got to talk about the event. So, Marlise, tell us about that.
We have an event for our Journey of Hope. It is our largest fundraiser every year. And United Ability not only supports people with disabilities in our programs, we support lots of people with disabilities. So the dancer that is going to be performing tonight has a disability. So if you care anything about people with disabilities, you might want to come get a ticket. We still have tickets available. She is a ballerina who was born without arms. Victoria Bueno is her name.
Okay.
So if you care about people with disabilities and you want to support this artist, this dancer, you might want to get a ticket and come out and see her perform. Doors open at 5 and it starts at 6. And it's always a fantastic event. Every year we have a person with a disability as our headliner. And there's a lot of fun people there. If you don't know anybody, still come talk to me. I'll be there. We'll be there.
I can tell
Yes.
she is great with the kids. There's no doubt about it. Michael and Bree and Emmett Connors, thank you all so much. Marlise Delgado, just thank you for what you do, and thank you for sharing Emmett with us to show the importance of what they do at United Ability.
Thanks for having us on.
Emmett says thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emmett, sweet angel. All right, we'll be right back after this. Bye.